Hi Flosstube, I'm Pam. Welcome to my channel, Stitching in the Land of Good Enough. Today is Saturday, August 1st. Wow, when did that happen? Where did July go? I don't know. I can't believe we're already in August. And today is Saturday, August 1st. I've already said that. This is Flosstube number 10. I can't believe I'm 10 floss tubes done. Well, I mean, I'm at the beginning of floss tube number 10, but when you guys see this, I'll be 10 floss tubes done. I didn't think I would even get one done ever. So 10 feels like a milestone. When I spoke with you last, we had been chatting about my plans for 24 hours of cross stitch weekend, which was last weekend. And I just want to let you know now that that didn't go well. I did not get 24 hours done. I'm not even sure I got 12 hours done. I started Friday evening. I got a few hours done Friday evening. And then I got some hours done on Saturday at my stitchy group at my local needle workshop. And then Sunday, nothing. I got nothing done on Sunday because it was crazy hot out. We had a 6-day heat wave here in New England. Well, I don't know if it was everywhere in New England, but for sure in Rhode Island, we had a 6-day heat wave. And Sunday was crazy hot. And I invited family over. And so I spent Sunday morning cleaning and Sunday afternoon by my pool with family. So that was that. But I did, in the small amount of stitching time I touched a lot of things. So I have a lot of whips to show you, and I'm also going to show my Mirabilia, even though I didn't touch it. I said I would, and maybe I would have if I had done the whole 24 hours, but I think I was saving it for last because I don't want to touch it. So I'm going to show it anyway because I want your opinion on whether I just should be letting it go. If it's so bad that it needs to just go away forever, or if I should just tough it out and get it done. So I'll show that in a little bit. What else happened this week? I did a lot of stitching. It was super hot. I spent a lot of time at the pool, and I got my hair cut. I've been growing out a pixie cut since the fall. Like, it was super short. Like it was a very, very short pixie. And I've been growing it out since the fall. And I had my hair cut in March, and I was supposed to get it cut in May. And it was right when Rhode Island said that you could get your hair cut again. But I felt bad because I didn't need my hair cut. I wasn't going anywhere. I'm growing it out. So I had told my hairdresser, you know what, get all the ladies in and fellas, get all the people in who had to have their appointments canceled in March and April and May, and get them done, get them back in and done and whatever. And then call me when you're back to normal and you can squeeze me in again. So she called me last week and she was able to fit me in this week. And so it had been bad. It was super bad. So now it's all one length instead of like really long in the back and medium on the sides and short in the front. So now it's all one length, but I'm still growing out the bangs. So they have to stay tucked up. They make me crazy. Anyway, I was glad to get to the hairdresser. And I had my nephew's birthday party this week, which was a small family affair. Which I guess for my family, I have 4 sisters, is not actually small, but it was small for us. There were no added people. It was just my family. In these COVID times, I have 3 social circles that I mingle with. I mingle with my family. I mingle with my husband's family, select people from my husband's family because his family is enormous. And then my stitchy group. And that's it. And I don't combine them. So like Kevin is my husband. His family can't be over at the same time as my family. Like, we keep all that stuff separate. Anyway, wow, that felt like a whole lot of stuff you didn't need to know about. Anyway, last week we talked about a couple of things I was concerned about with 2 of my whips. One of them being, I didn't get anything stitched on this, by the way, because I'm waiting I ran out of picnic basket, and 123 Stitch is sending me some. Well, I had to buy it, but you know what I mean. So I'm waiting for that to come in before I continue. But I'm stitching the berry bowl sampler with my mom. And last time I showed it, I was like, so are these berries weird? Are they weird because they look like they're just floating? They look like they're not there, and then they look like they're floating, like these guys are now floating weirdly up at the top of the rest of the berries. And I had some great suggestions. By the way, I'm stitching this on 14 count, Picture This plus Heartland. Somebody had mentioned, because originally this side, I'm stitching the Scarlet House side, which is called for on Wren, but I'm stitching it on Heartland because my mom wanted to stitch Wren on Wren, but she wanted to stitch this side. So we swapped. And somebody had mentioned maybe on Wren, this didn't look weird. But then I went back and I looked at the picture and it looks weird there too. They're kind of floating. These pink berries are floating up in the middle of nowhere. So it's not me, and it wasn't my fabric choice. It looks weird on there too, but I don't love it. So I had some good suggestions. Somebody mentioned taking it out and going over with something darker. Somebody mentioned back stitching around them, which was what I was originally thinking. But then I think the winner, Diane Duggan, commented that, I hope I said your last name right, Diane. She mentioned going over it with one strand just on one leg to kind of darken it up a little bit. I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do. I just wanted to run it by my mom, of which I did see at my nephew's birthday party, but I didn't think to bring this with me. I don't know why. She brought hers and hers is coming out amazing and I forgot to bring mine. I think in my head I was thinking it's entirely too hot to stitch. Why bring it? But I should have brought it to show my mom. Anyway, so thank you, Diane. I think that's what I'm going to end up doing because something needs to be done. It's kind of weird. Yeah, so that's what I decided there. And then with Night Walked Down, last week I had been concerned that the cinders looked weird, the red in the cinders, and everybody was like, no, leave it. And I agree. I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to touch it. It's going to stay just the way it is. So this is one. By the way, everything I show today is going to be completely, I have no idea what order I stitched what in. So I'm just going to show the heck out of everything I touched. And then also the Mirabilia. I didn't touch one, two, I think there were only 3 whips I did not touch. Because I don't have a lot. I only have 10. But that includes my daily temperature stitch along, which I didn't count in this, which I will show next week. I just want to finish stitching July. I'm a few days behind before I want to have the whole month done before I show it. Okay. Anyway, back to what I did stitch on. I am stitching Night Walk Down I apologize for the glare. Stitching Night Walk Down by the Blue Flower. And I got a fair amount done. I'm really pleased. Well, I mean, maybe not a fair amount. So, while I was at my stitchy group, the border over here was just really easy to mindlessly stitch. So that's what I did. This is what I was talking about last week, how there's red in the cinders and I wasn't sure about it, but it's growing on me. I think I like it. So I probably only had this done to about here last time you saw it. So I did a whole, maybe even up here. I did a whole bunch of border stitching. And then I think I finished some of this green, like viney stem stuff. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how this is coming out. This is being stitched on 32 count vintage tarnished silver by Lakeside Linens, which is a beautiful piece of fabric. And I'm really happy. It's coming out fantastic. So that was the little bit of stitching on Saturday. Last Saturday, I got done on this and then I put it away. And while I was also at Stitchy Group, I stitched on Summer. So it's been a while since I showed this one. This is Summer by the Cricut Collection, or Cross-Eyed Cricut. It's the Cross-Eyed Cricut. Somebody can maybe tell me how this works. It's the Cross-Eyed Cricut, but it's the Cricut Collection. I don't know what that means. But anyway, I'm doing Summer. I'd like to do all 4 seasons, but I think I'll finish one before I start the next. And I am stitching this on 32 count something or other. It's a lavender. It's 32, it's a Lugana and it's lavender and it's 32 count. I don't remember the exact color. It's just one of like Zweigart's staple colors. It's not an overdyed or hand dyed. So I didn't get a lot done. So I already had the M and the E done. I'm not doing any of the back stitching, and I was missing some colors I didn't have some of the colors. So I have since purchased I'm showing you the back. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those days. Wow. That's better. So I now have the colors I need. It's just a matter of going back and getting those done. So I just did a little bit of, I started the R. Summer, yeah, that's an R. Holy moly. So not a lot of progress there. And this was the problem with my plan, I think, with the 24 hours of cross stitch weekend, is that I found it a little frustrating to stitch on something for a couple hours and then move on and be like, I could just get this done. So then what I decided to do starting Monday was I decided to do, Caroline from Off the Grid does this. If you aren't watching her, first of all, I'm sure you're already watching her. And second of all, she's amazing. So if you aren't already watching her, you should be. Every once in a while, she does sort of like a 24-hour rotation. So she'll set her timer on her phone and she'll stitch on one project for 24 hours. And I was like, I need to do that. So I started doing that on Monday, and I have made a ton of progress on one of my whips, which I'll show in a second. And I think I'm just gonna do that on a rotating basis and for all my whips. And some things are not gonna need 24 hours to finish, and some things are gonna need more than 24 hours, but that's okay because I'll get to them next time they come up in the rotation. So before I decide, the other things I touched on the weekend though, which I didn't get much progress done at all, I took out Seeking Refuge from the Scarlet House. I started this back on March 14th, and this is why I hate to take things out of their package, because I'm never gonna get that back in correctly. I didn't get a ton done, and I'm feeling a little anxious about this one because in March, I had nothing to do at all in March and April, and I stitched the heck out of this then, and I got so much done. This is on a 40 count linen. I do not know. It's a Zweigart. I don't know the color. I got a ton done. And at the time I was like, oh, I am gonna bang this out, no problem. And I put the year in. So 2020 is already stitched on here. And so it has to get done. It has to get done this year. I suppose if it doesn't, so I need to have a backup plan. If it doesn't, I could take out, or maybe I could do like a little hyphen and over one, I could do like a 21. So it would do like 2020, or I could take out the whole 2020, right? I can take it out. It doesn't have to stay. I can take out the 0 and replace it with a 1, but I kind of want to remember that I started this in 2021. So if I do not finish it in 2021, I think I'm going to Ooh, this is so smart. Oh my gosh, we're brainstorming here together. I can take out these two 2020s and put them in the front, right? I can leave these right the way they are, and then I can put a hyphen and put 21. So it'll be 2020 to 21. Or 22, who knows? Who knows? I don't think it's gonna go all the way till 2022, but oh my gosh, that's exactly what I'll do. So now I have a backup plan and I don't have to be panicky about it. Anyway, what did I stitch on this last weekend? Not a lot. I think I did some words in here. So I don't know which ones I did. I don't remember now, but it was some of these. Are these backwards? Maybe they're just backwards to me. I hope they're not backwards for you. I might have done the 2 and the B and the started nurture down here. I didn't get a lot done because I stitched slower on 40 count. That time went by really fast. So, oh well, this will come up in the rotation and then 24 hours on it will get me a lot done, right? That's how I have to look at it. I have to do it that way now because I used to be a very, very monogamous stitcher. Maybe I would have 2 things going only because I got bored with the first thing. Or I would put my stitching down for months because I was bored with it. I'd lose my stitchy bug. But now I never lose my stitchy bug because I have so much to choose from. But then I get anxious that I'm nothing is ever getting done, which is crazy. I've had like 10 finishes this year already, something like that. Don't quote me on that. But I've had quite a lot of finishes this year. So obviously I'm getting things done. I don't know why I don't know how people do it who have like 30 plus whips because I'm feeling anxious now thinking about my 10. It's crazy. And I cap myself at 12. I'm not allowed to have more than 12. The other thing that I touched briefly, so briefly, I'm not even sure I got in 20 stitches on this one. It's Bendy Stitchies, The Personal is Political. And I am doing this on 40 count R&R. It's Salt Marsh. And the fabric is lovely. And it's such a small little project that I'm going to be able to use this fabric for so many other things. Hold on, I'm going to have to get this up close. So I think all I got done was some pink over here. So a little bit of pink on the border was it. Wow. I think I got interrupted. So this was Friday night and I got interrupted. The kids were like, let's watch Bones. And I was like, okay. And I got his beacon. So 2 stitches there, maybe 10 stitches here. That was it. So this is not a big project. This is something that I'm absolutely, when it gets its 24 hours, will be a finish. So yeah, I'm excited about that. It might come up soon. I think the smaller ones that I know that I'll be able to get finishes on will come up fast. Okay, so the thing that I decided to start a 24-hour rotation on was one I don't think I've showed you since I started Flosstube. I don't think I've touched this in quite a little while. It's Octopus's Garden by Blackbird. And I showed it in my back of the closet finish parade a few videos back. Not this, but I showed the other one I stitched. I stitched the Yellow Submarine because I want to frame, they're both being stitched on the same fabric. And I want to frame them the same and I want to hang them together. I'd really like to hang them in one of my bathrooms, but I'm afraid of the moisture. It's the bathroom my sons use and shower in and all that stuff. And I'm afraid of the moisture ruining my finished pieces. but I think they'd be so cute in there. So I might hang them right outside, or maybe I'll even hang them on the outside of the door. But I'm gonna hang them together. They're gonna be framed the same. I just thought they made a really nice pair. So what I had done, I'm stitching them on 32 count. It's a linen and it's by Seraphim Fabrics, and I do not know the color. So when I picked it up to work on it again, I had like half the border at the top done. I had some of these words done. I had the octopus and the tree done. So I got so much done, and I still have 10 hours. Like, this is 14 hours of work in which I got all these waves done. I got that little doodad done. I finished all the words up here. I got that jellyfish done and the fish done. So much stuff. All of that border at the bottom done. That wow, where's my camera? Starfish you can barely see. All I have left is to finish up the words here and this flower thing and this like little bits of sand and this flower thing, and to finish like just this little bit right here, and that starfish is already done. Yeah, not a lot left at all on this. And also, this is where I'm all of these things on the tree. So those are all, what are they? They're specialty stitch. They're eyelets. I've never done an eyelet. I'm a little scared. I'm gonna have to do some practicing. I'm afraid they're gonna scare me enough that they're gonna keep me from finishing this. And then maybe I won't do the eyelets and I'll just stitch them as all little balls. I'm gonna try though. I'm going to try, but I'm not gonna keep them from, I'm not going to let them, the idea that they're scaring me, keep me from finishing this. So if they are, I won't do them, and they'll just be regular cross stitches. Yeah, I'm so happy. I love that octopus. He's so serious in his little garden. So I have a problem though, of course, and I'm thinking, so this is a good enough question, or I need to rip it out and restitch it question. So in here, my jellyfish is in the wrong spot. So like the eye is not supposed to touch the jellyfish. The fish over here, there's supposed to be space. The jellyfish should probably, his head, his body, whatever it is, should probably be a few stitches up that way. I don't want to take him out. So is it too crowded? Does it look weird? Like if this were hanging on the wall, right? You wouldn't be like, that jellyfish is way too close to those words and that fish. You would just think it's supposed to look that way. I'm leaning towards leaving it because it's, I don't want to have to take it out. So yeah, but is it terrible? If it's terrible, tell me. If not, it's gonna stay. So close, so close. This might get done today. If not, for sure tomorrow. And then next time we chat, I will have a finish to show you and I'll be so excited. Okay. That was everything I touched. So the whip that I really needed to have touched so that I could make a decision about it didn't come out. And I promised that I would show it, so I will. And you'll have to give me your honest opinions, because I think it's terrible. And if it's not terrible, or if it's bad but it's okay enough, if it's good enough, let me know, and then I'll finish. So it's my Mirabilia. It's the July, what is she called? Why is there not a title on here? I want to say she's called the July Amethyst Fairy. I'll have to get out the chart. Yeah, she's July's Amethyst Fairy. And she's from 2001. And I gotta tell you guys, I was super harsh. I didn't know, I'm gonna try to show this without showing the pattern. So I didn't know this pattern has received some hard love. I didn't know that people made working copies back when I started stitching this. I mean, on the folds, it's starting to tear apart. I mean, it's had some hard love. It is a used chart. I kick myself now for not having made a working copy. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So July's Amethyst Fairy. I went into my needle workshop and I was like, I want to stitch one of these. And she was like, and I was barely stitching on linen at the time. And she was like, well, you might need a little more experience under your belt. And I was like, no, it's just following a pattern. You're just plugging in X's where they tell you to. It's bad. I'm dragging my feet here. I don't want to show it. It is like 95% done. It is on a 32 count Zweigart. Oh my gosh. I still have a beading needle stuck in here with thread. Okay. This is where she's at. All of this is done. She's beautiful from far away. All of the back stitch is done. I think all the back stitch is done. All the Krynic is in there. All that's left is the beading. Oh, her face is so pretty. Here's my problem. The stitching is terrible. Somewhere in here, I ran out of this color. And when I bought more of it, the dye lot had changed. And I can't see it now. I could see it at the time, and I can't see it now, so maybe it's not that bad. I feel like you can see in the white, like where I stopped. Like I would do a block and then do another block, and I feel like that's noticeable, but maybe now that I'm looking at it again, maybe I'm imagining that. Maybe it's not that bad, right? No, I feel like you can see it in here. It's bad. This is bad in here. But there's beads that are supposed to go in there, so maybe when the beads are in there, it won't be as noticeable. I don't know. I don't know. She's so close. And the other thing with her too, there's going to be a ton of beads in here. So I started the beading. These are my first beads that I've ever done. And they're probably pretty bad, but so that's her. Now, here's the thing. I don't even know what I'm going to do with her when she's done, because I originally started this for my daughter because she's born in July, and I don't know that she would have space for this in her life right now. All right, you guys tell me, do I tough it out, get the beading done, and finish her up, or is she bad? I think she's definitely worse in person than she's showing up on camera. But again, I think maybe I'm being nitpicky about it. And I'm not usually nitpicky. She's probably good enough. Wow, I think I'm talking myself into finishing her up. If she went in a 24-hour rotation, it shouldn't take very long at all, I think. All right, I'm getting on 30 minutes here. We're gonna put her away. I do like her now that I'm looking at her again. See, I needed to touch her. Look at that face. She's like, how can you not finish me? Oh, she's so pretty. All right, we're gonna say goodbye. Goodbye. We'll see you again. We're gonna see her again, unless you tell me not to. Not that I can't make my own decisions. But yeah. Wow, that chart it's in bad shape. Bad shape. Okay. While I was at my LNS, I did pick up a few things. Not a lot of things, just a few things. I did grab, and I'm not going to flip through it because we've all seen it at this point. I had seen enough Flosstube videos to know that I needed to buy this. So my LNS still had some copies. I picked it up. There is one that needs to happen. There's two that need to happen. I should have marked these off. Hold on. Page 77 and where are you? And 64. Okay. So I have to stitch this. This is, oh my gosh. This needs to happen. I don't want to show the chart. I need to do this. Like, it's so cute. That needs to happen. And the other thing that I absolutely have to stitch. The chart that I love this. Oh my gosh, I love that so much. Where is he? Barbie Lowe of Twisted Willow Designs. I don't think I've ever heard of that. I'm trying it. It's so cute. It's so cute. So that needs, I love those trees. That needs to happen. So I picked that up and then I picked some floss up. Some floss that I was out of. Oh, floss that I'm kitting up. So this was beautiful floss. So I'm kitting up. I'm going to do a Nora Corbett. I'm going to do one of her little letters. The fairies. And I'm going to do the letter H for my niece Hannah. And so I kitted up all the floss for it, which is beautiful. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to start this. This floss has got me so excited. Smoke, Classic Colorworks Smoke. Oh my gosh, this might be my new favorite color. That's beautiful. So, oh, and Wisconsin Woods. Oh my gosh, I love these like purpley grays. They're my favorite thing. So I bought all those. Super excited about that. I needed some Weeks Oscar for my berry bowl sampler, so I grabbed some of that. And then Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts released today. You can go and grab it on her Etsy shop. I will link it below. The next Stitching Book Club sign up. So we're going to be doing Frankenstein. So August 1st, you can buy it today. And I believe, I haven't got my email yet, but I believe that there's going to be a little pre-stitching that we can do before the official first part of the pattern comes out, because this is a big one. So that got released today. The first official part comes out, I believe, August 29th. And I think that it wraps up, I imagine, before Halloween. Don't quote me on that. Okay, so I had to pick out it's all going to be in one floss. So it's monochromatic. And so I had to pick out the floss I wanted to use. And I decided to go with Raven by Gentle Arts. I got 3 and she's now saying we need 4, but I'll see. I might be able to squeak it by with 3 because I ordered fabric. I'm doing it on a 32 count. It's not in, so I'll show it when it gets in. And I think it's called for on a 28. So I think maybe with a 32 count, I will be fine with 3. I hope so. This is beautiful. It's like this really pretty dark green, but it's got black in there. And I think it's gonna make a really good Frankenstein. I'm really excited about that. So that was it. Plans. I don't have a whole lot going on for plans. I got to catch up on my daily temperature stitch along. I'm like 3 days behind. That seems to be the story of my summer. And I'm going to finish the 12 hours with Octopus Garden. I don't think I'm going to need, I have 10 hours left. I don't think I'm going to need 10 hours. And then the next 24-hour focus is going to be on my ornaments. I have 1.5 left to do. I'm absolutely sure I can get that done in 24 hours. And then they'll be done and they won't be hanging over my head anymore. So I think that's all that will come out this week. If my fabric for Frankenstein comes in, I probably will start that because I don't like to get behind on my stitch alongs. So I'll probably stitch the pre stitch along section. Yeah, I'll probably start that anyway. But that's if my fabric comes in this week. And I don't even remember what fabric I bought. So it'll be exciting when it comes in. Yeah. So that's it. That's all I have. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the rest of your week. Stay safe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.